Hello, welcome to whoever's watching. I think I have like 15 followers now. Please tell everyone about my channel. As I said a couple days ago, I'm going to be looking at Dylan Mortensen's more extended interview on November 17, 2022 with detectives. I think one of the, oh gosh, what should I call him? Is it Bleeker? One of those Nimrods. Allowed to say Nimrod? Is that, I bet you it's like really inappropriate and we're not allowed to say Nimrod anymore. I don't know why Nimrod came into my mind. And the Vicky thinks she's ISP. And I found this interview interesting and I just wanted to react to it. It's like over 2 hours long, so I think I'm going to do part 1 and then a part 2. Let's get started.
This will be an interview on the 17th of November 2022 at 12:05 p.m. at her residence. And give me your address again.
Yeah.
Do you have the zip code?
I think.
I think so too. And then do you have a cell phone number?
Yes, it's
By the way, this is audio only, and I took this from Outcast's, this is Outcast's posting of it. Hopefully that's okay. Go subscribe to Outcast, everyone. If you don't know who that is and you're not doing it already, I'm sure you are.
So I didn't ask Sergeant Blaker, do you have her cell phone? You probably have her cell phone.
yeah.
Okay. So that's the number attached to your cell
Yeah.
phone. So you know why we're here? We're here to talk
Yeah.
about what happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
So can I ask, what year are you in school up there?
I'm a sophomore.
And what's your major? And you've been there both years?
Yeah.
And how long have you been living in that house?
Just since the beginning of August.
So how did you end up in the house with the girls?
My best friend in sorority, you have bigs and littles. Madison Logan and she reached out to some of us to live with her, and I knew her pretty well, and that's how I got to live there.
Where did you live your freshman year?
House.
So you've always been in a sorority?
Yeah.
Okay. So is your friend?
Yeah, she was in with me as well. We moved in together into that house.
And how did the other girls come to live with you?
Xana is a year older than me, and she also knew Maddie, and Maddie reached out to her. Kaylee Goncalves is her lifelong best friend. They're like sisters.
Is that how you pronounce it then? Goncalves? I'd like to assume that Dylan knows, but I have a feeling she's pronouncing it wrong, which is just interesting. There's a theory that Dylan brought Kaylee back for whatever reason. What do you guys think? Some people say, you know, for the murder or the unalivings. Oops, am I allowed to say murder? Other people think, you know, for whatever shenanigans was going down. What do you guys think? Or was it just a coincidence?
Maddie also reached out to her to live with her because they always needed to fill up rooms.
And did you know them before this semester?
Yes.
Through the sorority?
I knew Maddie and Xana through the sorority beforehand, and I'd gone over to the house with Maddie and her roommates, and she had Kaylee over a lot, and I saw her and met her a few times.
And was Kaylee part of the sorority in your freshman year?
She is a senior, but she was in.
So Kaylee just...
You can look kind of diagonally to your right, and there's the bathroom, and then fully to the right is Maddie's room.
So it's a tri-level?
Yeah.
And you're on the same floor as Maddie and Kylie?
I'm on the same floor as Xana.
As Xana?
Yeah.
So maybe I missed that. I'm sorry. So where is Kaylee and Maddie's room?
They're third floor.
Okay. And you're second.
I'm going to correct you when you say her first name wrong. But I don't know how to pronounce her last name. So between Tweedledee and Tweedledum here, they can't say Kaylee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Okay. And who's in the basement?
Just.
Okay. I'm sorry, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
We're going to have to walk you through some tough questions. Are you going to be okay with that?
Yeah.
So tell us about Saturday. Let's talk about the 12th, the
Okay.
day of the game. What time did you get up on the 12th?
The game?
I don't even know. We had formal and we had a little party on Friday, so obviously a lot of us were pretty drunk that night. I don't remember exactly when I woke up. We started drinking champagne right off the bat.
Tell me what formal is. So like a ball.
Kind of like that. Me and my friend ended up not going to formal. We went to the house and then just came back home and like kept drinking and partying at my house. And then it was like more of a smaller party. It was people that we were closer to, just mostly not like everyone else.
They came to your house?
Yeah.
Who was in your house that night? On the Friday night. You're saying the
So
Friday night.
obviously all the roommates, Ethan and my friend and her, I guess her boyfriend wasn't there, and her boyfriend to 8, 10, 20-ish on Friday.
I want to clarify on something so you know. If
Just so you know, I'm skipping a little bit. It's not that it's redacted. I'm just, when they're talking about the names and who's who, I'm moving it along just a little bit sometimes.
there's alcohol going on, use, any type of drug use, that's not why we're here.
Yeah, I know. That's what Robin told me.
Yeah, but that's not our focus.
Yeah.
We need to figure out who did this to your roommates.
Yeah.
You might need to know about drugs, though, if you want to find out who did this to her roommates. Right? Because it's a pretty standard motive for crimes. So you can say to her, hey, you're not in trouble. We're not here to arrest you. But I think it's important to clarify, but we do need to know who is doing drugs and selling drugs and things like that so that we can figure out what happened. She doesn't really make that clear.
And forever changed your life.
Yeah, I know. And obviously we were all very drunk.
So you get the ride home from the Uber around 8:30?
I would say so, maybe a little bit earlier than that. I think it was like right around 8:30 because that was when everyone was leaving to go to the formal.
Have you ever used this Uber driver before?
I don't remember. I think, it was then, yeah, I believe, yes. Because an Uber driver we know pretty well, we have his number, super nice guy. I don't know for sure if the Uber that we got that night was the same guy, but...
I'm curious what makes a guy super nice, because Dylan says that all the time. I have that song in my head. Oh, from Devil's Advocates, the woman that I think works for his channel, who wrote that song. Everyone is super nice. I had that in my head all day yesterday. I was going around singing it. You have to check that out. I don't know her name, but Devil's Advocates channel.
We just usually would trust Ubers.
So that night it wasn't.
I don't fully remember.
Okay.
Sorry, I was intoxicated. I don't fully remember that.
No, you're okay. Can I ask you, because I do.
See, it's very smart of Dylan and manipulative, in my opinion, to keep saying, oh, I was so intoxicated, I was drunk, we had champagne first thing, and making it seem like that's the worst possible thing that could be going on and happening, because she's only 19. But really, no one is surprised by that. So whether or not you were drunk, really not that big of a deal.
I have to ask how much consumption, so we can understand her statements from the perspective of consumption. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. I explained all that to her, and she's ready to go.
Okay, so Friday night maybe isn't as important as Saturday night, but what happens Saturday? What time does the party end on Saturday?
On Friday, you mean?
Friday to Saturday morning. I'm going to think it ended Saturday morning. Probably didn't end at midnight, right?
I don't even really remember exactly. I'm trying to like rethink of what happened, but I can't even think about Friday night really.
Well, this is why we're asking.
Do you care if I look at my phone to see? Because I have probably videos or somewhat.
Why we're asking too is maybe there's someone you met or some path you crossed Friday into Saturday that resulted in what happened on Sunday. That's why we're walking you back.
Yeah, okay. So I believe we got home and...
Nothing really comes of this. It's pretty useless, actually. We're walking her back. My opinion is that a lot of this investigating has been sanitized, right? Like they're not really looking for the truth. They're not going deep with her or any of the people they've interviewed, in my opinion. It's almost like PR as opposed to let's try and find out what exactly happened here and what's going on. Just my opinion, but it almost feels like the plan was to not really look or push too hard for the truth, because if they were to elaborate on certain things that I think are common sense questions, things might come up that the town, the police, people involved don't really want out there. And so they're really not pushing very hard. Also, of course, all these kids have lawyers. Their families are to varying degrees involved with the university and have money and who knows what kind of ties. So there's that too.
Saturday night, we got home from the White's apartment. I'm going to guess around 5:30 again. I don't fully remember. Again, we were drinking that day too. Like, I had just had champagne. Like, I had probably around 3 drinks, seltzers. We made food. I know me and Kitty made pasta, and Xana made the sandwich. Xana, me, all of us were made. So Xana, me, Kaylee, Maddie, were all together. Kaylee decided to go take a nap, and then me, Xana, Maddie were on the couch watching a show.
They all took naps.
Kaylee, I'm with Xana, and Ye is there with us as well. Which is, she has a guy, super nice guy, met him a lot, like great friend. He was with us too.
Was he super nice? Is he super nice? I'm starting to think super nice might be code for if I told you the truth, I might be in trouble. Just a thought.
We're kind of going in and out of the lodge, which is the main place, and back to the apartment just to see like how it was going, like if it was going or not, which it really wasn't that night. I mean, there wasn't a lot of people, which is kind of weird.
Was there a football game going on at the same time though?
No.
Oh.
I don't believe so.
There was a late game that night.
I
don't know anything about football. Next.
He was like an older brother, like a big brother to me too. Like, he was super protective of all of us.
Ethan. She's talking about Ethan.
And then I believe it was me that went into the lodge. I remember saying like, hey, do you want to go to is one of Xana's best friends. We met through Xana. And she was I guess she was at the house. She has 2 roommates. One of them I know was there, and they were just having, I think there's like 5 or 6 people total at the house, and it's like a 5-minute walk from my house. So I remember telling me, and like, do you want to go later? We just called it. They ended up staying, so me and ended up walking there. It's like a 5-minute walk. I was with him. We go in there. It's obviously me and like, Claire, I mean, best friend walks not terrible, but like she can not walk very well. We get the Sobro. Was gonna come with us, my friend, but she ended up staying at, I believe. I don't know where she went exactly because of me got in the car.
So a lot of this stuff from the night before and I think the day of is quite useless. It's not going to garner any information because Dylan isn't going to share anything that doesn't involve people being super drunk and super nice. So, I've listened to this a couple times. Not too much, in my opinion, is garnered from this. So I'm just going to move along a little bit.
I have like a video of us. Let me see what time that's at.
Oh, you got up and took a video?
I went up to, so pretty much, I don't know where Becky was, but she was upstairs with Maddie and Kaylee in Kaylee's room. I went up there to say hi and hang out with them for a little bit. The video I have is at 3:10, so I guess it was a lot later than I thought. Sorry, I don't know. This video I have is at 3:10.
Do we have those videos?
Yeah.
It was on your phone, right?
Yes, it was on my phone, so you should be able to have all this.
Does anyone else want to text and ask if he's sorry?
So it's the Uber driver that we all know.
Is that 3:11 a.m.?
That was 3:10. I thought it was around 2:30.
What were they asking to text Eric for?
To take us back to Grub Chuck so we could get more food. Yeah, Grub Chuck was like the best place to go when you were drunk.
So who's in the house at 3:10 a.m.?
I don't know where Xana and Ethan are.
Okay.
I don't know if they came home or not, but I know for sure. I know.
So the walls are super thin, but she doesn't know where Xana and Ethan are. This video 3:10 she's playing, so I mean Kaylee and Maddie must be alive. These two, the 2:30, 2:27, some of the earlier fights that we hear at 1:30 must have to do with Xana and Ethan. I'm of the mindset that Xana and Ethan were killed earlier in the evening and maybe were even the targets because there's no proof of life for Xana and Ethan other than that 4 a.m. DoorDash, which of course it's not actually Xana. I think it's Ethan's account and who knows who ordered it. But if Dylan has proof of life on this video, 3:10, and Kaylee and Maddie are in this video, they must be alive at this time. But I have a feeling Xana and Ethan were not. They were not. And maybe it was more about them initially. And then maybe Kaylee and Maddie found out what went down. And also then were unalived. I don't know. But I think Xana and Ethan is the key. And it's so frustrating that no one can identify where they were. And initially Bethany said, oh yeah, everyone, remember the news? Everyone was asleep. Everyone was in home and in bed by 2 or whatever it was, and they were unalived by this outsider incel in 8 minutes in the dark, in their sleep. Turns out none of this is true. None of it. And the media has failed to keep up with this case. Of course, they're not going to. They're not really in the business of truth. They're in the business of sensationalism, appeasing their donors, whoever that might be, and generally making people feel like everything's on the up and up, right? But also be afraid, because random strangers are your biggest threat, apparently. Not likely.
And her laughing, so it's me, Kaylee, and Maddie. That is who's in that video. And I have a picture of Maddie.
Just to make sure that we have that, could you text that to myself?
Yes, I have a picture of Maddie too, and I'll save both of these and send them to you.
Thank you.
And
Can you text those to me? What are they, buds?
I can screenshot the timestamp too. I can send it to you after this whole
Yeah,
thing.
that's fine.
And that's on the 13th of November.
How about you don't text them to me? We're professionals and we're investigating a quadruple homicide, and we want to have records of what you send and when on our police server. We're going to take it from somewhere and put it somewhere else. We need, come on, chain of custody. Text them to me and I'll just be like, yep, she cooperated. This is what I saw in the video. Everything's fine. It's so weird.
Did that on Sunday. I guess it's really early Sunday. So I guess that was at 3:10. I thought it was earlier. I didn't know that.
Before we go farther, you said when you got home with, you said no one was home.
No one was
You
home.
even went upstairs.
No, I never went upstairs.
Oh.
But because Kaylee and Maddie came home later, that's how I knew they were not there that time.
So what about Ethan and Xana?
Their door was open. I could see that. I could tell that they were not home.
Their door was open at that point when
Yes,
you came?
Sorry, I can't fully remember. I don't know for
Okay.
sure if their door was open or not, but I believe they were not there. I mean, maybe they were, but at that moment, I believe they were not.
Okay.
So obviously,
Let me step back because that's a fair question. So when we were talking about Ethan trying to get hold of his sister.
Very superficial. She's trying to recall her story and stick to it. Sometimes they're asking questions to see, wait, where was so-and-so? But she doesn't want to go there. She can't go there. She's got a script. She's sticking to it. Let's move on. Next.
Did he leave your group to go check on his sister?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think he thought that she might be either at her house or at the formal, wherever it was.
Because something happened with Maisie. Someone was mean to her. She was in a conflict with someone. And it was well known that Ethan was trying to get in touch with her and figure out what was going on. Did the police ever investigate that angle? Everyone seemed so, committed to this idea that Kaylee was the target because of what happened to her. But that could just mean, she fought back the most of all the women, right? Like maybe Ethan was the target.
I don't really know. I don't remember talking to you a lot. Me and yes left that little group to go into the lodge, so I don't know where him and Xana
You
went
never
after.
saw him again.
No, I did not see him again. So after.
So that's an interesting moment. So you never saw him again. You never saw your friend again. No, I never saw him again. So then, like, we were on this. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to mock. Obviously, my irritation is coming through, right? But my point being, she's got this she's got this script, she's sticking to it. There isn't a lot of empathy. Maybe she's nervous, she's trying to get it over with, but it feels to me something is being hidden underneath the surface. She's trying to get that surface story out. And for the most part, as we go through this, you'll see that the detectives are also want to keep it surface level, go through the motions, but not really curious and finding out what happened, in my opinion.
The video of me, Maddie, Kaylee, and in that room. I did text, and I'm gonna guess you have those text. I can screenshot all of it to you.
Okay.
He had a meeting this morning with a forensic detective, and he says, we prefer that the accounts not be deleted if it would help.
This is her lawyer talking about whether or not she should give over certain tech stuff, I think.
Maddie's, because we were all super close, but Maddie was, so they had like that a little bit stronger connection, but I doubt she knows that.
We were all like super close.
So at 3:10 is when I asked, are you driving by chance? At 3:13 he said, I am, but I never responded. I just went to bed. So I guess it would have been like 3:15 I went to bed-ish.
So the timeline, and you know this already, it's so critical to us.
Yeah, I remember when I first did the second interview, I didn't know the times, but now looking at photos and text, I can see better timeline.
Do you know if he ever came?
I don't think so. I would guess he didn't because I never responded. But he, we talked to him all the time. We would text him all the time. He knew where our house was. He knew what Friendlandis was, what the Whites was. We really liked him. He was our favorite Uber driver. He could know something just because they do probably have cameras, and it probably would be a good guy to talk to just in case. But we trusted him. He was a super nice guy. Always made sure we got home safe. I never had any weird suspicion with him ever.
How old is he?
Oh, I don't know. I think mid-30s probably. He has a kid. I know that, and he's married.
So he's talked to you. You've had conversations.
Yeah, we've had a lot of conversations. Obviously.
Sounds to me like there's a level of defensiveness. And from a psychological perspective, I'm wondering if everyone she says is super nice is actually not super nice. I don't know a lot about her history. Typically, we talk a lot about this case about trauma, right? And it was her trauma response. And let's not blame the victim. Victim blaming is when something happens to someone and you blame them for what happened to them. Like they were sexually assaulted, you blame them. Oh, they were unalived, you blame them. Their actions, who they are, who they were, what they did or didn't do. Dylan is a witness, not a victim in this case. We can't even really call Dylan and Bethany survivors because we don't know if they were ever at risk. We have no idea what happened here. They were not attacked. They didn't see the unalivings, right? They don't know what happened. I don't even know if they were in the house personally. So I just don't think we should mix up these things, right? We're trying to find out what happened and the truth, and we can be truth seekers and also be trauma informed, right? I consider myself to be both those things. Anyway, that was a long rant. And it turns out this frozen shock phase that a lot of us were calling BS in the beginning turned out to be true. There was no frozen shock phase, not according to the police, not according to Dylan's account, right? That's not what happened. So, next.
So you went to bed after that communication?
Yes, after that communication.
So after the communication with the super nice 35-year-old with the wife and kid who likes to drive sorority girls around in the middle of the night, she's saying she then went to sleep.
I don't fully remember, but I think I was on my phone watching Vampire Diaries for a little bit. I don't know how long. I don't know for sure if I was or wasn't. Again, I don't know if I locked my door. I have a habit of locking my door, but I don't know if I did. And I don't remember. I'm usually the one that locks the sliding door at night because Dan and Ethan would get up and forget to lock it. I don't know if I locked it that night. I don't know if anyone else. I don't believe I.
Dylan's behavior is kind of like she's a little bit of a walking contradiction here, right? And I'm not trying to insult or judge, but I'm trying to analyze. On one hand, she's got this sense of there's like this innocence or naivety that she at least presents with, like nothing, everyone's super nice, no one does drugs that I know of. I wasn't afraid because nothing happens in Moscow. And then in the same breath, right? I was so scared, I had to run down to Bethany's. I always have a habit of locking my door, because I have a lot of anxiety and I read about things. And so it's a little bit all over the place, which is fine. She's human. But I'm wondering if there's something she's trying to convey underneath all of that.
I locked it. But it also wasn't like, oh, you have to lock it. Like, Moscow always seemed like a super safe place. Like, you walk home at night drunk by yourself or with one other girl. Like, that's just the norm of Moscow. So, I fell asleep.
You do, Dylan? Have you done that? Like, these are general statements. What do you walk home alone drunk, and do you feel safe? Have you done that?
Usually when I am drunk, I fall asleep a lot better, and during the weekdays, I get a lot more scared about things, but on the weekends, because I have been intoxicated and I am obviously drunk, I sleep a lot better, like a lot deeper sleep, I would say. So.
Do you suffer from anxiety? Even before?
Yeah.
This might be about her mental health stuff, so they're kind of keeping it out.
Did you drink anything at home when you ate the popcorn?
No.
So the drinking had stopped?
Once we left the house, it stopped.
At around 2 o'clock, basically, based off what you told me.
I think so. I don't fully know.
Oh, you're alive. Blaker. Leaker. Beaker.
I'm like trying to think again. Because I know the last video I have is house was dancing at. Let me look at that again. That was at 12:57. So I would say, I don't know, 1:15, 1:30 I left, just basing off these videos that I have. So we got that sober home, obviously. What we don't remember fully, I'm just guessing off of what I think. But I do think I remember hearing barking when Kaylee said that, and I just something about her running down the stairs really fast because of how fast she was stomping.
You couldn't hear that?
Yeah, from what I don't know if it's real or if in my mind it's just drunk and awake. I don't know really.
Well, that's important for us. So
yeah,
we can't tell you whether or not that was reality.
Yeah, I mean, I have no clue. I keep trying to remember, but I don't know what's real, it's not. Pretty much from that night, and it's kind of frustrating not knowing at all. I don't remember who I called first. I don't remember when I called them.
I was watching, I think, Birdie and Booking with B last night, and I think it was them, and they were talking about, if it isn't for Dylan's statements, what do they really have? What did they really have? Did they do any real investigating in this case? No. All they have is the statements of a young woman who says, I don't know what's real and what's not. That's how they made their case. It was around 4 a.m. pretty much. Oh, the video we took was at 2:30. Oh no, it was at 3:10. Whoops, I thought it was earlier. Kaylee was dancing with her dog. I heard her. I saw her. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Oh, I let the dog out. No, I didn't let the dog out. I didn't go upstairs. Oh, I let the dog out. It sounds like they made a case around her statements. Is this laziness or incompetence? Or was it out of convenience? Because there was a lot of political and financial needs at stake here, because they were a university town buying another university, right? In the process of trying to, for what, I don't know how much money, it's a lot of money, $1 billion or something. I think Eric is involved somehow. I think Dylan knows what happened. I think Bethany knows what happened. And I don't know if they're the actual perpetrators. Yeah, it's really frustrating that no one is trying to get to the bottom of things. I don't know, maybe there are questions a lawyer was like, you can't ask that. But she was the last person to hear Kaylee alive, other than the unaliver, allegedly. But everything in this case is alleged, because we don't know anything for sure.
I mean, I guess I could look on Sunday from my phone.
Was this at the time you heard Kaylee running?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me look from Sunday. But from what I think I heard was someone was crying in the bathroom. And I think it was Kaylee. But I don't know. I couldn't tell. And I just...
Which bathroom?
The one me and Xana share on the second floor.
So the second time you opened your door?
Yes. And again, I don't know for sure if this is in the bathroom, just like what I think happened from what I think I heard and all that. And then from after like the crying, I think I heard someone, like this guy's voice I had never heard in my life, just saying like, no, like it's okay, I'm gonna help you. But it wasn't in this nice way, like it was a weird, creepy way from what I think I remembered. And I'm pretty, I mean, again, I don't know anything for sure.
So if it were me, I'd be like, and was that normal? Like when you say you heard Kaylee crying in the bathroom, what did you imagine was happening? Did Kaylee often cry in the bathroom? Did you think this was some sort of lover's quarrel? Who did you think was saying, don't worry, I'm going to help you? Like you said it was creepy, so how did you make sense of it in your mind? And what did you determine should be next steps, considering they don't ask that? They don't ask why they didn't call 911. Maybe because it's obvious they don't trust the police, or the police were already there, right? We know the police were around there, right? At least 2 of them in the undercover. Anyway, it's I'm going to stop there. We're almost halfway through, and I need a break from this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.